Johnny Mercer is a principled, dynamic individual who's done a great deal for service men and women and to raise the profile of people in the military, people who have retired from the military, who need to be supported, and so on. And the other day, when Keir Mather was elected, because Nigel Adams ran off in pique because he hadn't been given the peerage he was promised by Boris Johnson, Johnny Mercer gave an interview early in the morning. Maybe he was tired, and he suggested that Keir Mather was something to do with the in-betweeners. Well, I'm sure Iain Morris will be very proud to have been referenced by a sort of second-rate minister in the House of Commons, but nevertheless, I'm sure Iain will be delighted with the promotion of the in-betweeners. The in-betweeners is a great piece of comedy writing, a great piece of performance, I was always slightly worried with the in-betweeners because I knew people who had written it. I was always slightly worried that I would turn up in some form as a character, and I'm rather relieved I didn't. But nevertheless, the in-betweeners. It's a patronising put down. It's a bit of guff, really, on the part of Johnny Mercer. I'm rather shocked. His line is supposedly he fleshed it out by saying that it was people who have not done much, people who you put a chip in somebody who has otherwise been at Oxford University and he hasn't had a real taste of life and he's therefore not authentic. Well, actually, if we had more people who were 25 or under 25 indeed in the House of Commons, then maybe we would have a more sympathetic understanding of the cost of living, which hits people who are younger far more than it hits people who are 60, my age, and over. Actually, I'm more than 60. But there's plenty of people my age in the House of Commons. And maybe some of them should retire quickly and be replaced by people who are 25 and who are dynamic, who are inspired, who are optimistic about the future. And instead, we've got people in the House of Commons who are irritated they're not getting a peerage. We've still got one in the House of Commons. She's called Nadine Dorries. Why don't we replace Nadine Dorries with somebody who is 25? It doesn't matter which political colour it is. It would be a relief not to have to hear the whining, the whining strains of "Boris, make me a lady," because it's not going to happen. Nadine, recognise that fact. Wise up, and indeed watch a few episodes of The In-Betweeners because you'll be greatly informed. And The In-Betweeners is one of those shows which Britain exported and which Britain did well. And that was one of the things that someone like Nadine Dorries, who had been a Secretary of State for Digital Culture, Media and Sport, should have been proud of. And she should have been the first to leap up on the green benches and question Johnny Mercer's reference. His reference of contempt. No, we need more people who are 25. We need more Keir Mathers in the House of Commons. And we need them now. And maybe they can turn around this pathetic gerontocracy that is out of date and out of touch with the people in the UK who are hurting most.